Highlands Ranch is a historic name. It was coined by prior owners, and that name is one of many that we evaluated for branding the community. This is a property that had already been called Highlands Ranch, that was known as Highlands Ranch, and we wanted to continue that tradition on into the future. Highlands Ranch is 22,000 acres in size. That's roughly 34 square miles of land. When planned, we were fortunate enough to be able to preserve not only the history of the area, but vast open spaces totaling 61% of the total property. Within the open space areas, we find the archaeological sites that have been identified and the historic structures that have been preserved or stabilized or protected for future generations. Typically, our communities are designed as new towns where people are moving to it. It's very important to have a sense of the character of the past as we look towards the future of a new community. In 1978, we began the planning for Highlands Ranch, and this planning incorporated historical elements as we developed the plan over a period of 2 years. Initially, in developing an understanding of the history of Highlands Ranch, we hired a consultant to evaluate and research all available records relative to the property. Part of the historical elements that we identified are within the Highlands Ranch property itself, the Highlands Ranch Mansion, which on this exhibit is showed as Springer's Cross Country Ranch, Griggs Ranch, which is a homestead now encompassing in the open space conservation area of the community, and the Douglas Pasture Ranch, an additional homestead within the community. To the south of Highlands Ranch, we have Cherokee Ranch, which is a historic and open space amenity in Douglas County. As we looked at the history of these areas, we also translated that into the plan for Highlands Ranch by not only preserving the areas of those historic structures and features, but creating areas around that we could use for interpretation of those historical elements. So, for example, the Highlands Ranch Mansion, which is located here, has a 1,000-foot buffer surrounding that area within which no urban development will occur. This allows for the residents of Highlands Ranch to forever enjoy the history and the character of the land that existed before they moved into this new community. We have also named various features within the community with historic names. John Welty was a rancher. He had a homestead and involved cheese manufacturing. And John Welty's Cheese Ranch is a property that's now been identified as a historic park. There are interpretive displays at this park showing the history of the area and what John Welty did on this property. Highlands Ranch has been named other things, including Springer Ranch, Kistler Ranch, Diamond K, etc. Frank Kistler and his ranch is represented by Kistler Park, and we have not only a park but also a road named after John Springer. And there is homage to Colonel Marcy in the design and character of not only the features but some interpretive information at that park. James Michener, in his book Centennial, identified a fictional ranch called Veniford Ranch. We are told that Mr. Michener, in his research of his book, led him to utilize the Highlands Ranch Mansion as his thematic approach to the Veniford Ranch itself. And the mansion itself was utilized when television brought the miniseries of the book Centennial to the screen.